colorful. Threatened or endangered. It's supposed to be colorful and threatened and endangered. When you're not wearing it, okay? Monkey got wrong! Yeah! I knew this was a historical. That looks like a frog. What? Has somebody been painting here? It looks like a frog trying to look like. What is that squishing? Oh. Yeah, let's go in the tea. Hey Dad, I'm pretty sure I saw a path over there. Like, oh, right here. There's the cranberry. Hey, there's a second plaything. Butterfly. Butterfly. Hey, get back here. Oh, no, they're not. No, it's not. You want to get eaten by one? Oh, Dad, there's locusts everywhere.
Alright guys, so what we're doing right now is we're actually cutting across or what used to be the cranberry bog back when this place was still operational. There's actually a longer loop you can take as well if you grab a trail map when you come in, and there is a little information spot here, but we're just taking the shorter loop because it is hot today and we've got the kids with us, so we'd like to kind of get a good overview of this place. It's the first time we've been here. But there definitely is a lot of variety in terms of the lengths of the trail depending on what you want to do.
Well, Daddy's not super sweaty because he's partially bald. We have a lot of hair.
Alright guys, so we finished the short loop, that green loop around the cranberry bogs. I think we're going to do this red trail, which is 1.3 miles. The Mill Pond Trail.
Look, you guys wait. Oh, hi. Hi. That's creepy. Hi. Ow.
Alright guys, it looks like we're getting close to the turnaround point on this little trail. I can see some water ahead, so that'll be good because we're definitely about ready to take a break, especially the kiddos. It is definitely warm today. Luckily, we've got a little bit of a breeze, but it's coming in and out. So, but it is around the beginning of August here in New Jersey, so definitely the warmer part of the year. So something to keep in mind. Looking at the weather, you know, maybe not the most ideal time of year to be out here, but I mean, that kind of goes for most of the hiking trails in New Jersey. So unless you just want to stay at the house through the summer months, you got to get out sometime. So just look for the days that aren't too hot, and hopefully you got a little bit of a breeze. And just make sure, especially if you got kids with you, that you don't bite off more than you can chew, and take trails. A spot like this with a couple short trails is nice because you can bite off a little chunk at a time, and if you need to call it quits for the day, you can do it pretty easy. You don't get too committed to a really long trail. So let me flip this around and let you guys take a look. This is actually pretty cool. This would be a nice place to take a break. Alright, so that was a good spot to take a break. So from this point, we are looping back around, heading back the direction we came from the map. Oh, watch your eyes. The trail gets pretty narrow through here. You can see we're passing the swamp or the bog, whatever you call it on this side. Alright, so change of plans. We just realized we took a second look at the trail map because we've been walking down this narrow trail for a little while now, and didn't seem right. So this is actually a long offshoot trail. The loop we wanted to take to loop back around to head back the direction we came. I think it was actually just before we got to the water there. So we're gonna head back there and look. So important to pay attention to the trail maps, especially some of the ones you'll get just like from the information center, because there's not a ton of detail on there, and some of these trails, in my experience in New Jersey, this one being one of them, there's not always a ton of markings, and they're not all the best maintained, so you just got to watch yourself, be careful you don't get yourself turned around. So we're going to get headed back this way, and we should be headed back in the right direction. Alright, so we're back out on the trail, no harm, no foul, and we'll just get out here, get ourselves reoriented, and headed back. I tell you, there's a breeze coming through here that feels so good right now, but gotta keep moving, gotta get headed back. Okay, so we got turned around, and now that we're looking this direction, it's pretty obvious where we made our mistake. There's the fork right there. So you gotta pay attention to details on the trail maps. Right now, we are back on the trail where we need to be and headed back towards the main parking lot.
Mile running that track. I ran 5 miles once.
That little lazy river kind of going through here. Careful, Nene. You gotta be careful through this part. There's some small roots, not really big enough for an adult to trip over, but my kids seem to be like magnetized to these things.
Please, me. No, that's mine.
All right, guys, looks like this is it. Somebody is done walking. But back out in the open, looks like we just got to head this way. Should loop us back around. This is usually how most days like this end. But good news is, see the car right over there. All right, guys, I think we're gonna call it good for a day. Of course, this is not everything there is to see out here. Again, I'm here with the kids, so we only planned on being out here a couple hours, and it is pretty hot. So we may come back here again to check it out. We'll see. But there's a lot of spots like this around New Jersey, in the area where we live, so plenty to check out. It's nice to see a little bit of history here. It wasn't as good as some of the other places I've been, like Badstow Village. It seems like it's a little better upkept. There's a little more in terms of like historical buildings and everything, but there is a little bit of that going on here. And the trails were fairly nice shorter trails to go out with the kids. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.